Welcome, everyone, back to Cupertino High School, where we are ready for the second consolation semifinal game. With REK, I am Andrew Fury. Glad to have you with us. We have a rivalry, a little bit of a rivalry, Mountain View against Cupertino. They played each of the last 2 years in this tournament, both times won by Mountain View. Last 2 years ago was the great Madison outburst of 42 points in a losing effort for Cupertino. Here's Carl Wilson with it for Mountain View. Gets it over to Ives. Ives over to Wilson. Wilson and Mountain View with the first possession of the game. They're the road team here, so they're wearing their road black uniforms with gold numerals and trim. Holding it is Wilson. Now over to Ives. Swung around. Three for Urel is good for Blake Urel, and they start off well, 3-0.
Yeah, didn't really get the ball inside on that possession. Hanging around the perimeter, Yarel still able to hit a pretty contested three-point shot.
Here is swung over to Ho. Robert Ho, one of the captains of this team, over to Shen, who answers with a three. Ethan Shen from downtown, and we are tied up at 3.
Both teams coming out gunning.
Yeah.
Looking at the first available shot, taking it and making it.
Well, in the first game, we saw both teams lose close ones in their opening game. These two teams got blown out. Urel misses a 3. Rebound inside by Ajapal Singh. And back the other way, we come with Ho. Ho, now over to Nick Wissig, who gets the return feed from Ho. Now back out to Ho. Starting in this man-to-man defense here for Mountain View. Last couple of years, they've played more zone than man. Inside to Singh. Singh fumbles the ball, and it's foul called. Let's see who they get it on. I believe it's going to be on Carl Wilson. And it will be his first. Ho will inbound. Ho looks and lobs it to Singh. Singh. Now it's swung over to Ho. Ho looking inside. Now over to Wissig. Wissig outside to Singh. Ho looks. He'll take the 3. Back iron miss. No good. Rebound loose underneath. And it's tracked down by Ives. Ives up ahead to McAllister. McAllister crosses over into the paint. Kicks over to Urel, another 3. Good for Blake Urel. He can stroke it from downtown.
Certainly can. Nice job by McAllister. Under control. Saw he didn't have the numbers, pulled it out a little bit, but was able to still stay kind of in the key area to find the open three-point shooter, Urel.
Here's Shen over to Ho. Ho to Shen. Now Wissig drives baseline. Bumped and fouled by Ives. His first and the second team foul on Mountain View.
Yeah, Ives wasn't in a bad defensive position, but kind of got a little handsy there as he started to drive.
Here's Ho to inbound deep to Wissig. Wissig over to Shen. Ethan Shen to Ho, left wing. Looking inside to Singh. Singh. Shen works it around to Wissig. Good ball movement here early for the Pioneers. They're trying to tie up this game with a 3. Ho wants to reset. Sanjay Reggie Phillip is out on the high post. Such a good screen. Cross-court Wissig, a 3. Good for Nick Wissig. 3s galore here early, and we are tied at 6.
Yeah, I mean, we see some people in the crowd now with umbrellas bringing in, because it's raining down 3s here, 6-6.
Wilson, left wing. On top here's Urel. Ives. Now Russer. Russer to McAllister on the screen, step back, fouled by the 3. Urel's been on fire early, 2 for 3 from distance already. Ives, guarded by Reggie Phillip. Outside, here's Wilson back. Ives a 3, that's way short. Rebound loose, and somehow Russer comes out of there with it. Wilson now stops McAllister. McAllister looks inside, and we have a whistle and a moving screen. Moving screen called against Blake Urel is first.
Let's take a look at that last 3 from Cupertino, swinging the ball across the perimeter. Mountain View in a man-to-man, but playing off to try and get some help defense, but that's leaving three-point shooters open around the perimeter.
Here's Wissig, left wing. Swung around. Now here's Singh. His pass deflected. Comes right back to him. Over to Shen. Shen pounding the dribble. Shen over to Ho. Ho, left wing. Over to Wissig. Swung around. Shen, another 3. Way short. Rebound deflected around and comes to Ives. Ives pounding the dribble. McAllister now Ives over to Wilson. Back to Ives. Ives stutters into the paint. Kicks out. Oh, not a three for Urel. Good again. They've got to stop Blake Urel if Cupertino wants to win. Now a timeout called by the Pioneers. It will be a 30-second timeout. KMVT Sports would like to thank our All Sports presenting sponsor, the Palo Alto Medical Foundation, part of the Sutter Health Network. Choose your PAMF doctor today.
We're going to take a look at Mountain View getting out in transition. Finding the open three-point shooter there, that was Sid Nickham. And then their last three-point shot. Driving in, finding Urel, open three. And look, both these teams are not incredibly athletic. They're not incredibly tall. What do they have? They have shooting, as we've seen in the opening minutes here. And good ball movement, too, to go along with that. Coming off a game where both teams were blown out, you're looking for some early momentum, trying to get your team right. And there's no better cure than made shots and open looks.
Definitely, and at least from years past, Cupertino has been a three-point shooting team primarily, and it looks like it's continued right here. They don't have a lot of size, but what they have is a lot of speed and good shooting. There's Wissick out of the timeout, 9-6, Mountain View with the lead. 3:40 and kind of go first quarter. A great pass inside to Singh, who misses the body off back iron.
And he was wide open there.
Yeah.
Looked like a Mountain View defender, kind of got lost trying to get the offensive player running baseline. Singh, he's got to convert that little 8-foot jumper.
He was almost like he was surprised he was so wide open. There's Carl Wilson running the point. Wilson left wing over to McAllister. Mountain View now plays only 6, maybe 7 players, so they don't go deep at all. McAllister bouncing it to Russer. Back to McAllister. McAllister, but for that matter, Cupertino plays only about 7 players too. They don't go very deep. There's McAllister running floater short, but he got fouled. And we might have some points that aren't scored via the 3. It's taken us almost 5 minutes to do so, though. It will be McAllister at the line shooting, too, after the foul was called on Cupertino's Robert Ho is first, I believe. I think it was called on Ho. First free throw is good by McAllister, making it 10-6, Mountain View.
McAllister went for 12 in Mountain View's loss to San Benito. Mountain View losing 56-30, only 30 points. Doubt that they were held to 30 in this one, already at 11 points.
Yeah. They're already more than 33% there. Here's Shen trying a no-look pass, just taken away by Urel. Bad decision there by Ethan Shen. Here's McAllister crossing over through the leg dribble, and he wants to reset, run some offense. 2:40 left. First quarter. McAllister high post to Urel. Urel looking. Hands on McAllister. McAllister steps back, and he nearly travels with it over to Wilson. Wilson out to McAllister. Back to Wilson, who pump fakes. Over to Urel. Hands off McAllister. McAllister outside to Ives with 6. Ives spin into the paint, floats one up left hand, and no good. Rebounded inside by Reggie Phillip. Back the other way comes Howell. What a pass to Singh, who loses it out of bounds. Turnover. Cupertino right now, Singh doesn't look like he's ready to catch the basketball when it's thrown his way.
Yeah, and Ho just a little bit behind the big man. You got to put it in front when you're throwing to your big man down low. Make it easy for him. Looked like Rajay Singh had a wide open, or Rajay Phillip, excuse me, had a wide open layup though, if that pass is able to be completed.
Here's McAllister over to Ives, back to Wilson. Wilson holds, ball movement excellent early, really for both teams. Wilson outside. Wilson bouncing it to Ives, 14 on the timer. Here's Urel, who's already made 3 threes. Back to Urel, pump faking on another one. Back to McAllister with 6. McAllister over to Ives at 4. Ives has to go into the paint, loses it, and foul's called on the pass. Or no, they're going to say he was shooting. And timeout now called by Cupertino, or they want a timeout. I can't believe he was really shooting on that play, though. It looked definitely like a pass.
Let's take a look at the replay, perhaps, and we can see what the ref perhaps saw. Mountain View with that 5-out offense, the drives in the middle. You know, I think that was clearly a foul. Hard to really tell if he was passing or shooting, to be quite honest. But a lot of contact there from Wissig. No need to reach like that. Shot clock winding down. Make the Mountain View players convert a tough jumper, contested jumper, or a contested layup underneath, but a bailout there by Wissig.
Well, I think it was a situation that the shot clock was only at 3 to shoot when the foul occurred, so the referee might have been aided by that, thinking he was trying to shoot to avoid a shot clock violation. But to me, it looked definitely like a pass. I think if there was 15 or 16 seconds on the shot clock when that happened, they might have called a pass on and not a shot. There's a difference because now 2 free throws here for Ives instead of the ball out of bounds with a fresh shot clock. It's now 11. Make that 12-6 Mountain View with 1:36 left first quarter. Second free throw is short, no good. Rebounded inside by Russer. Offensive rebound on a foul. Free throw. Wow. Cupertino not looked very sharp here in the first quarter. High post, here's Russer over to Urel. Urel hands off to McAllister. 1:20 left first quarter. Russer hands off, open three. Air ball, that time from Ives. Rebounded by Shen. Cupertino appears to have their first substitution in order at the next dead ball. Ho swung around over to Wissig. Wissig. Ho for three. Good for Robert Ho, the senior. Makes it 12-9, a minute left.
And the umbrellas come out again from the home crowd of Cupertino. They like it when their team rains down those threes. Doing a nice job of finding those cross-court passes open. And for Cupertino, that's where their strength lies, on the three-point line, like Mountain View. Mountain View might not want to be so apt to give help defense on those drives. Make Cupertino make something inside the three-point line. As we take a look, cross-court again, Ho calling for the ball. Able to set his feet and knock down the shot.
Well, that foul was called on Shen too. He looks a little perplexed. His first third-team foul. 43 seconds left first quarter. 12-9 Mountain View lead. Wilson over to Urel, back to Wilson. Wilson step back, deep 17-footer, short. Rebound is loose inside and secured by Singh. Back the other way comes Ho. They can hold for the final look of the quarter if they want to. Ho over to Shen. Swung around, now back to Shen. Outside to Ho. They get it into their captain and their leader, the senior, who's been on varsity 3 years and counting now. 13 seconds left. They want to reset. Cupertino's already used 2 first quarter timeouts, meaning they only have 3 left for the game. Swing around to Wissig. Wissig around the screen. Wissig steps back with 2. Wissig has to fire a waft-bound shot, and out. No good. As we come to the conclusion of a very exciting first 8 minutes. After 1 quarter of action, it's Mountain View 12 and Cupertino 9.
As a busy mom of 3 kids, I find it extremely convenient to access My Health Online. My Health Online's messaging service allows me to keep in close contact with our doctor.
Being able to email the doctor with questions gave us assurance that they do take an interest in the patients. That's why we've been with PAN for more than 10 years and keep adding members, the newest member.
(12-9) Mountain View leads after the first 8 minutes of basketball, and every bucket for Cupertino and every point scored came off of 3 in that first half, or in that first quarter. Well, for Mountain View, they had 2 free throws. Other than that, every point, or 3 free throws, every point other than that was from a 3 as well. So certainly it looks like whoever can stop the 3 most successfully will win this basketball game and play Los Altos in the 5th place game tomorrow.
Yeah, I think for both teams, they need to realize the other team driving the ball inside is an opportunity for you to force a 2-point jumper, because that's where both teams have struggled so far. You don't necessarily need the help defense to create open 3-pointers if you're able to semi-stay with your man. But Mountain View, they run that 5-out offense, motion offense, where they're always moving around the 3-point line. That makes it very tough to defend because people are always one-on-one. And there are lanes there for the Spartan players, as we have a little bit of a scoreboard malfunction. Not sure we've gotten it figured out. Is the scoreboard still off, so they're going to stop play once again.
So a little delay before the second quarter starts. 12-9. We have a close game on our hands at the moment. Should read 12-9 in favor of Mountain View. And thanks to the Palo Alto Medical Foundation for their continued support of KMVT's high school sports coverage. And we have the Cupertino head coach over there trying to operate the scoreboard and trying to get it fixed. This is not something that happens every day in a basketball game. A little delay. It's going to be interesting to see which team comes out more prepared after this little bit of a delay.
Yeah, I'm surprised the coaches aren't gathering their team. A little extra timeout perhaps to run a play or something. But to be fair, they've just been waiting for the start of the second quarter already. So not really anything they can do. Now both teams starting to head to their bench.
Yeah, they're trying to replug it, and now it's still flickering. Let's see.
I mean, There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Back up and running. It'd be bad if the scoreboard was out because there's still 2 more games to go here in the semifinals of the Cupertino shootout.
And we still have 3 quarters of this, so we have like 2 3/4 games left to go here today for the Cupertino shootout as it's now out again. I mean, I guess it's possible to play without a scoreboard, but
just annoying for the broadcasters more than anything, to be quite honest. The teams can handle it, but come on, the broadcasters need a score at all times.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, we're going to have to keep it mentally, and then things can get really crazy.
As we take a look at a couple of good-looking guys taking in the game, you know, just in their spare time.
Yeah. And there's not a lot the players can do about this delay, really, as it now appears to be fixed. But we have the shot clock to deal with.
There we
Should be
go.
at 35. There we go. Now we're set for play.
Hooray.
It's almost like a timeout for each team here. Special thanks to our volunteer here today, one of the cameramen, Alex Lowe, a volunteer of the year here at KMVT Sports, and a Wave Award winner.
Give a little wave, Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah, there he is. There he is.
Yeah. He also helped get us a couple of the rosters prior to the first game of this one, working with a friend of his. So that was very well done.
Little behind-the-scenes sneak peek into this broadcast. Hey, that's what a scoreboard going out will give you. I mean, this is what you tuned in to see, not a basketball game, but how do we do things here at KMVT? How do we produce these basketball games?
Exactly. Still more trouble with the scoreboard. I don't know what's going on. They might be switching out the outlets or something. It really kills the flow to any sort of game that's going on.
I know there was a great flow. I mean, made threes, people running around the court, and now the fans were into the first quarter as well. But even the most arduous of fans can get a little bored at times like this.
Yeah.
Again, the scoreboard appears to be fixed, and it looks like we're starting the action again.
Here's Ho. Cupertino down by 3 with the ball. Wissig. And it swung around to Ho. Checking in for the first time is Kevin Yang for Cupertino. Now inside to Singh, who's jumping with no good, but a foul's called. So Cupertino will get free throws.
Is that legal, taking a 2-point shot like that for Cupertino? I guess so. Nice move there, getting the ball inside as we take a look.
That was a great move, though, inside by Singh, who makes the first free throw. So it's 12-10 in favor of Mountain View. Second free throw. It rims out, no good, and we have a lane violation against the free throw shooter, Singh. Good call. So that free throw wouldn't have counted even if it had gone in. So it's 12-10 Mountain View. There's McAllister in the front court. Bouncing it high post to Urel. Side to Russert. Russert hands off to McAllister. Now over to Urel. Wilson left wing. Wilson bouncing the ball. Over to Russert. Russert nearly travels. Good pass inside to Eyes. He spins. Double team comes. Urel. Outside Russert. Back to Urel for 3. Way too strong. That was a brick.
Not quite sure his feet were set that time.
No. He's now 3 for 5 from distance. Here's Yang out top to Ho. Ho. Side to Wissig back to Ho. Ho drives baseline, jump stop, gets it blocked out there by Urel. Urel. Back the other way comes McAllister. Side to Urel. McAllister with it again. Cross it over, working on Singh. Good spin move, and then he had it blocked by Singh. Back the other way comes Ho. Ho looking. Good no look inside to Singh, who lays it up and in. What a move by Robert Ho.
With the left hand too, offhanded pass, nicely put right on the money that time. Remember in the first quarter, he had a chance to find Raji Phillip and was a little bit behind him. This one, right at his chest. Raji Phillip able to finish around the rim.
So here's Ives with the score tied at 12 now. McAllister hands off to Wilson. Wilson outside to Urel. Urel shivers over to Wilson deep two. Back out of miss. What a rebound by Urel, and then he throws it away, or does he? No. Saved by Wilson. No reset. As Jim Fordhofer, the coach for Mountain View, wants a foul down at the other end. Good move by Urel, and no way, it up and out, no good. Rebound to Cupertino, back comes home. Checking in for the first time is Kyle Avakumovitz for Cupertino. Try saying that 5 times fast. Here's Singh, and he throws it away. Into the backcourt. Let's see if Ho can touch it. No, it goes out of bounds. It will be Mountain View basketball on the change of possessions.
On that last Mountain View possession, you saw they tried to make Yarrell drive the ball, get him off that three-point line. He had airballed his last three, but still a deadly outside shooter. You've got to make him drive to the hoop, make him prove that he can take it and make it around the basket.
Inbound goes to Urel. Now here's Wilson. Wilson outside. Here's McAllister. Steps back. Gets it over to Ives. Now here's McAllister. Over to Urel. Back to McAllister. McAllister looks, stops. His pass off the foot of Ives, out of bounds. Turnover, Mountain View.
Good job by Cupertino. They're switching on a lot of people as they run around. Mountain View runs a motion offense where, you know, if you're not prepared defensively, there's going to be a lot of open layups and a lot of lanes opening up. But Cupertino doing a nice job knowing their assignments, knowing when to switch, and preventing any looks inside.
Here's Ho around a screen. Gets it out to Yang. Now Wissig, a three, hits the side of the backboard and goes out of bounds and goes back over to the Spartans. We are still tied at 12 with 4:59 left in the second quarter.
Looked like Wissig was going to shoot that ball no matter what. He had it set in his mind. Turns out there was a defender right there. Altered the shot a little bit.
Here is McAllister bouncing in high post. Here's Urel. Urel looks. Urel hands off to McAllister around the screen for three. Got it for John McAllister as bodies collide in the paint between Russert and Wissig. 15-12. We are playing a field goal game here in Cupertino. Here's Yang, high post to Singh. Switches out to Ho. Ho wants to reset with 20 on the timer. Ho over to Wissig. Now Yang. Inside to Singh. Swung around Wissig. Ho, a three. Got it for Robert Ho. We are tied at 15.
Yeah, McAllister right in his face. Didn't matter for Ho. Had his feet set. Beautifully done. The umbrellas come out once again. It's raining threes.
Here's Ives over to Russert. Now McAllister. McAllister over to Urel. Urel dribbles. Hands off Ives. Open. Three on the way. Short. Rebounded to Singh. And we have a holding foul called against the Spartans.
Let's take a look as ball into the low post. That gets the defense a little bit off balance. And then you get the ball to your leader, Robert Ho. And he's able to make a nice contested three.
So that was the first foul on Russert for Mountain View. 15 foul in the half. Here's Ho. The score tied at 15. Shen. Cross-court pass. Dangerous pass taken away by Wilson. Wilson wants to push. Wilson stutters. Baseline. Kicks out. Baseline. Foul line jumper. No good by Urel. Rebound tip to Ho. Ho back the other way. No reset. Ho calling out the play. Pounding the ball. Ho looks. Over to Yang. Wissig's pass inside, thrown away. Turnover again for the Pioneers. And right now, Craig Elgood, head coach of Cupertino, is putting his head in his hands. He cannot believe the amount of turnovers his team has.
Yeah, that was just a simple entry pass, and actually a good idea. Cupertino's had some success putting the ball to Rajay Phillip inside and then getting their offense started from there. But yeah, that's a simple entry pass that I'm sure Wissig makes 99 times out of 100. Just a little too excited to get the ball inside there.
Here's Wilson, right wing, over to Russert. Under 3 minutes to play first half. Wilson tosses it over to Ives. Ives looks. McAllister deep three. Got it! Another one for John McAllister. I think we're going to be on multiples of 3 all game.
Yeah, it certainly looks that way. McAllister, deadly three-point shooter. The 5'11 senior at 12 points in the loss to San Benito. And he looks like he has the stroke here in the first half.
Here's Singh. Ho now over to Yang. Ho, and we have a foul on Mountain View. This will be their 6th team foul of the half.
Let's take a look at the McAllister three. No hesitation. He knew what he was doing right when he got the ball there. And that's just a case of good offense beating better offense beating good defense. Because there's nothing that Cupertino could really do on that one to prevent McAllister from draining that three.
Wissig over to Ho. That last foul was called on Urella, his 2nd for the Spartans. Yang, high post. Here's Avakumovitz. Running left-handed hook is good. Off glass. What a shot by Kyle Avakumovitz.
Avakumovitz, a football player for this Cupertino team, and kind of a football player move there, bulldozing his way inside and then showing the touch with the left hand to finish.
Foul's called on a pass outside on Kevin Yang, his first.
Yeah, I think that definitely surprised Skylar Russert for Mountain View. Avakumovitz going up with the left hand there. He was playing the right hand, expecting maybe a stop and pop or a right-handed hook in the lane. But Avakumovitz showing that he's pretty versatile on his shot selection.
There's an air ball by Ives, and he is hearing it from the crowd. Mountain View leads 18-17. Ho. Now over to Yang, back to Ho. Ho, high post, here's Singh. Singh over to Wissig, outside to Ho. Ho looks, high post Singh. Singh spins, floats one up, and good for Agipal Singh.
That's been the key for Cupertino. I think when they get the ball to Singh and Rajay Phillips underneath, good things have been happening. So, you know, for Cupertino, this is a team that perhaps didn't have the highest expectations. They're looking pretty good here in the first half. We'll see if they can keep it up.
Step back jumper from McAllister's way short, rebounded by Wissig. Cupertino up by 1 with 56 seconds and counting to go in the first half. Ho into the front court. Ho calls out the play. Ho, high post, here's Singh. Spins. Tip, flexed it out to Wissig. Cross court to Ho. Ho holding, and his miscommunication with him and Wissig taken away by Harrell. Now here comes Ives, bouncing into Wilson. There's about a 2-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. So the Spartans can virtually hold for the final shot. Wilson on the drive, fouls called on Cupertino. They still have 1 foul to go.
Let's take a look at Singh moving in the post. Looks like he shot it with his left hand, but moving to the right. Still long enough, tall enough. He's a 6'3", 165 sophomore. And he was able to use all of his length there to get it up over the outstretched defender and put it in.
19-18, Cupertino leads with 25.4 seconds left. Now shot clock turned off, so Mountain View definitely can hold for the final shot they want to. There is a poke away by Ho. Tracked down back in the backcourt by McAllister. 15 seconds left, first half. McAllister crosses over on Ho, steps back over to Ives. Ives, Cupertino still with a foul to give. There's a poke away and a steal by Ho. Ho on the move, all the way, lays it up, goes with the left hand, and we're back to multiples of 3. McAllister stop, 27-footer, fourth, end of the first half. What a half, back and forth, very cleanly played. First half.
If you're going to pull off an upset like Cupertino is today, you need your best player to show up, and certainly Robert Ho has done that. Leader of this team, the senior captain, stealing the ball, taking it coast to coast, and laying it up smoothly up and in.
So we have reached halftime here in the second consolation semifinal with the score Pioneers 21 and Spartans 18.
Ever since we moved to the United States, Palo Alto Medical Foundation has been taking care of our health. We love our doctor. She is always ready to listen to us and He's very professional and answers all our questions and is very reassuring. PAMF has been there not just for my own family, but for the whole community, whether they're seeing patients or providing doctors for our free medical clinic.
Welcome back to Cupertino High School, ready to start the second half with the Pioneers leading by 3, 21-18, along with REK. I am Andrew Fury, and we are glad to have you along with us here. Winner plays Los Altos. Loser plays Bellarmine tomorrow in the consolation round. We have a foul on the pass against Cupertino here. That's their first team foul of the half. Good entry pass inside to Russert, and then he gets tied up with Rajay Phillip. It should be a jump ball. That's what they call it. And they will possession. I will give it to the Pioneers.
Yeah, Jim Fotherver thought there might have been a little push there, but no call. I think that was the correct call. Looked like all ball on the tie-up.
Here's Singh out top, over to Wissing. A little more bounce in their step here for Cupertino. Good catch by Singh, out to Wissing. Over to Ho. Ho out top. Crossing over. Ho bouncing the dribble around the screen. Pulls up for 3. Off the front rim, no good. Rebound tip to McAllister. McAllister crosses over. Good headman pass to Wilson. Stops, 10-footer off glass, no good. Rebound Singh. Gets it over to Wissing. Wissing crosses over. Wants to reset some offense. Here's Singh. Swung around to Shen. Shen inside to Singh. Working on Russert, spins, had it strapped. Rajay Phillip tried to save it. I don't know why. That would have been off of Mountain View. Fortunately for him, he didn't touch it until it already went out of bounds.
Yeah, lucky break there.
Yeah.
Sometimes I guess you just don't see who it's off. And
Yeah.
initial instinct is always just to save the ball.
Rajay Phillip is one of those players that does start both halves for Cupertino, but doesn't get a lot of playing time. So here's Ho outside. He does get a lot of playing time. He plays almost the entire game. Here's Ho. Guarded by McAllister. Pulls up for 3. Back iron miss. No good. Rebound tipped. Deflected and comes to Wilson. They can hurry for a 5-on-4 if they want. Wilson now slow stutters over to McAllister. Urel another 3. Way too strong. Air ball. He hasn't made one in his last 3 attempts after making 3 of his first 4.
Little streaky out there.
Yeah, he's certainly a streak shooter. Here's McAllister. Over to Russert, a 3. Back iron miss. Long rebound to Wilson. Wilson will reset. Actually, that's Nicky Capani with the last shot. 22, not 32. Here's Wilson. Now Russert lays it up and in. Good pass from Carl Wilson.
Yeah, we haven't called his name very much. Usually a more active scorer, 12 points in the loss to San Benito. But as a point guard, first job is always to distribute to your teammates, and there, nice bounce pass leading to the easy bucket.
Shen over to Ho. It's 21-20 in favor of the Pioneers. Ho. Now good cut to Singh, who floats it up and in. Great design play, Ho to Singh.
Yeah, and a nice screen by Rajay Phillips down low to get him free. Singh able to just put in that short 5-foot jumper.
Here's McAllister, left wing. McAllister bouncing it to Capani. Hands off to McAllister. Bouncing it to Wilson. Wilson looks. Russert over to Wilson, who pump fakes. Sidestep, jumper. Got it for Carl Wilson.
He's tried that same move a couple times earlier. First time he's able to get it to go. The pump fake is working, though. Cupertino wants to run him off the 3-point line, so if Wilson can make that 18-foot jumper, that's going to be key for Mountain View.
Here's Shen over to Ho. Ho, good feed to Singh again. Out, Shen, a deep 2. Back iron miss, deflected, around, loose, still loose, and it comes out to Ho. Mountain View coach Fordoffer is screaming at his players to grab the basketball on the defensive board. Here's Ho. Good feed to Wissing. Wissing back to Ho. Under 5 to play, third quarter. Shen over to Singh. They're really slowing the tempo here. Wissing over to Ho. Ho looking inside. Singh, good catch. Looks, finishes with the left hand. No! Off short, rebounded by Russert. Here comes McAllister. Side to Wilson. Wilson between the legs dribble, wants to reset. Wilson. Now Urel back to Wilson. Good feed inside to Capani, who lays it in. What a feed by Carl Wilson.
Wilson doing it all here for Mountain View, and that's a place where a lot of people I think would take that 18-foot jumper. It was open, but a better look inside to his cutting teammate.
And a timeout called here by Cupertino. It's a full timeout with 4:14 left third.
Let's take a look, and Wilson, you can see every intention to shoot, then sees a wide open Capani down low, able to convert the easy layup. And for Wilson, on this switching man-to-man that Cupertino is employing, there are going to be opportunities where guys get lost underneath, and you need a good point guard to see that. Wilson able to do it on that last possession.
KMVT thanks our sponsor, the Palo Alto Medical Foundation, for bringing you this season of high school sports coverage. Choose your PAF doctor today. 4:14 left third quarter. It is 24-23 in favor of Mountain View. Back after this.
KMVT15 is your community media center. We are here to provide hands-on training, equipment, and resources to you to express your voice over many distribution platforms. So when you think of KMVT15, remember we have a full production facility, production truck, and an award-winning staff here to support your needs.
4:10 and counting to go after the timeout. Cupertino with the ball down by 1. Ho over to Wissick. Wissick back to Ho. Ho pounding the dribble. Guard by McAllister around the screen. He'll take the three. Way off the mark. A brick. Rebounded by McAllister. Not a good offensive possession there for the Pioneers. McAllister. Top to Urel. Over to Wilson. Wilson pump fakes. Wilson, good feed inside to Russer. And then he got it stripped and taken away by Rajay Phillip. Into the front court. Here is Ho. Wissig feeds inside to Singh. Good catch, and then a layup and in with the left hand. What a pass from Wissig to Singh.
Yeah, Singh inside's been working all game long, and it's been effective for Cupertino. I think that previous possession, you were saying it wasn't a very good ball movement. You're right. Ho, he's their best player, but there needs to be a little bit more movement for Cupertino getting that offense. The three-point shots will come, especially if Singh keeps dominating underneath.
That was a foul before the shot. So we see the replay here. Great pass from Wissig to Singh. No luck, so the defense didn't have time to recover to where he was looking to pass the ball. Here's Jarrell, inbounds to Wilson for three. Way too strong an air ball. Deflected, foul inside called on Blake Urel. Urel's third. And that's just the first team foul on Mountain View the half.
Yeah, the three-point shooting that was there for Mountain View in the first quarter has not come to play these last two. Mountain View actually didn't make a three in their loss to San Benito. So the shooting obviously can come and go for them. We'll see if they're able to get it going as, oh boy, Ho was wide open underneath.
Yeah.
But Shen, a little too overeager on that pass.
Ho with the drive, missed the layup. Wilson back the other way, good bounce pass to McAllister in on the defense, had it partially blocked. And then Capani gets it out over to Russer, who drives in on Singh, floats one up, back iron, no good. A lot of contact, no foul called, and Rajay Phillip the rebound. Mountain View sideline looking for a foul there.
Certainly looked like there was contact. He was inadvertent. Singh was trying to get out of the way, but looked like he hit the driving man, so not sure that wasn't a foul.
Here is Shen, right wing. His pass deflected, gets to Singh. Singh outside to Ho. Back to Singh. Singh holds. Over to Wissig. Back to Shen. Shen to Ho. Ho rips through, steps back, crosses over on Wilson, steps back, and we have an arm bar called against Carl Wilson. His second foul, second team foul of the half. But that's a point of emphasis this year in really all ranks of basketball, college and high school. And they'll get you every time you put an arm bar on the defender to impede their progress.
And that's what a good three-point shooter will make you do, even with the shot clock winding down. Got to respect Ho's three-point abilities. So Wilson having to play him tough on the perimeter.
Singh spins, and his pass through the legs of Rajay Phillip. Back to Ho. Side here now is Shen. Over to Ho. Ava Kumavitz back at the score table. Spinning is Singh. Now Shen, baseline jumper, way short. Rebound deflected from Capani to McAllister. McAllister into the front court. A minute 20 left, third quarter. McAllister pounding the dribble with 25 on the shot clock. Hands off to Urel. Now Wilson left wing. Swung around. Good ball movement. Here's McAllister. Urel. Now Wilson. Wilson stops around the screen. He'll take the deep three. Got it for Carl Wilson.
Woo! You weren't kidding. Getting to the top of the key, taking the long three, and Wilson, who was held scoreless in the first half, has come alive here in the second half.
He now has 8 points, including 2 threes in the half. Cross court, here's Shen. Under a minute to play, third quarter. Pass deflected, and another foul is called. This is going to be on Nikki Capani is first.
Let's take a look at just a screen there, sets him free. Shen a little late getting to the spot on the court Wilson was going to shoot from, and able to knock down the three-point jumper.
It will be Hoda inbound with 50.7 left third quarter. Fresh shot clock of 35. They could go 2 for 1 if they hurry. Wessig back to Ho. See if they want to do that. Ho drives in the middle, floats one up off glass. No good. Rebound deflected around, and it will be tracked down by Shen, who saves it, lobs it to Ho. Ho into the paint, reverse like that missed, and rebounded to Capani. Ho thought he got fouled. No foul coming. There's about a half a second difference with the shot clock and the game clock. So McAllister wants to hold for the final look of the third quarter for the Spartans. Here's a stutter, baseline, kicks out Wilson, a three, back iron miss, no good, rebound Ho. That was an odd decision. It looked like they wanted to hold for the final shot, then they went early. 10 seconds left, third quarter. Here's Shen for the Ho at 8. Ho has to go at 7. Ho around the screen at 6. Over to 3. Shot Ho, the 3, short, rebounded Wilson. And that quarter comes to an end. An exciting third quarter. That was won by Mountain View by a score of 9-4. And after 3 quarters, it's 27-25 Spartans.
We have a job to do out here today.
To be a winning team, you have to work like a winning team.
My team depends on me.
And my team is 50,000 strong. Looks like a lot of work's going into this.
This is what it feels like to be part of a team.
A winning team.
The Action Team.
Get in on the action at actionteam.org. Are you in?
27-25, Mountain View leads over Cupertino, ready to start the fourth quarter here. And again, for the second game here tonight, and we look like we're going to have an excellent fourth quarter finish to this one. 2-point game. Neither team has led by more than 3, if you can believe that. Each team's led by as many as 3, but neither team's led by more than that in this game.
Yeah, neck and neck the entire way through.
Yeah.
And I mean, the winner of this game, not only do they advance to the 5th place game, they get to avoid Bellarmine, who's been one of the marquee programs here in the Bay Area. No one wants to face them. Los Altos, obviously no pushover either, as we saw in the first game here. But it's interesting, and I think for both these teams, this is probably their best chance to get a victory, given the level of talent we saw perhaps in game number 1 on our docket.
Yeah, that's for sure. As who would have thought prior to this tournament starting that Bellarmine, of all teams, would be playing in the 7th place game tomorrow, first game of the day tomorrow. Here's Urel to inbound for Mountain View, who gets the ball, leading by 2 to begin the fourth quarter. Wilson right wing. Wilson to McAllister, back to Wilson. Wilson over to Urel, open 3, back iron, no good. Rebound secured inside by Singh.
Man, and a good look for Yarel. You wonder maybe starting the fourth quarter, starting a little fresh, able to hit his first three, that would have given him a little bit of confidence, but just a bit strong off the back of the rim.
Now whistling through what was about a 99-mile-per-hour fastball. Wonder if he's a pitcher on their baseball team. And it went off the hands of Shen out of bounds. McAllister will walk it up into the front court, right by the colored C in the middle of the court. Here's Urel over to Capani. Now McAllister. Now Wilson pump fakes. Wilson on the drive. Kicks to McAllister. Another 3. Air ball. Or it hit the side of the rim maybe. Long rebound to McAllister though. McAllister to Wilson. Now Urel a 3. Got it!
There
Blake
it
Urel.
is. There it is for Urel.
30-25 Mountain View. This is their largest lead of the game. Another timeout for Cupertino. They're now left with 1 for the game. This will be a full timeout.
Let's take a look as Wilson has been kind of the catalyst here in the second half, finding the open URL, good ball movement around the perimeter, and that's what we've been seeing a lot of from Mountain View, especially around the perimeter. Good ball movement and then open looks, and even though they've been a little bit streaky, most of their three-point shots have been uncontested, and those are going to go in more times than not if you keep taking uncontested jumpers.
So it's 7 minutes left in the game exactly, 30-25 in favor of Mountain View, and we'll step aside and be back right after these messages on KMVT.
Have a kit so you're ready for any emergency. Develop a plan for what you and your family will do before disaster strikes, and stay informed during severe weather any way you can. Visit weather.com/ready and let the Weather Channel help keep you safe in emergencies.
So 7 minutes left in the game, 30-25 in favor of Mountain View. So let's see how Cupertino responds after this timeout. Facing their biggest deficit of the game thus far. They got killed by Homestead yesterday by a final of 67-36 by 31 points. So this is a much different feel to this one than Cupertino had yesterday.
Let's see if they get the ball into Singh in some form or fashion. That seems to be where their offense is at its best when they get him involved.
Ho, left wing out to Avakumavit. Now here is Wissick driving baseline, cut off nicely by McAllister, hands off to Ho. Now 12 on the shot clock. Swung around here to Shen, 9 to shoot. Shen at 7, has to go, crosses over on Urel, looking good pass inside to Singh. Avakumavit has to force it up short, rebound deflected around, comes to Wilson. Wilson out there with it, and we have a blocking foul called in the backcourt on Robert Ho, his second. This will be the third team foul on Cupertino of the half.
Let's take a look as we can see Ho very animated trying to draw the charge, but his feet were moving. That was a good call. Wilson a little bit of an elbow that might have made it difficult for the referee, but Ho just not in position to take that charge.
Wilson pump fakes now, and he traveled on the pump fake. It's close, but the referee gets him for a travel. He looks a little perplexed. But on the turnover, it goes over to the Pioneers down by 5, 6:19 left. Very low scoring game in this one, even by high school standards. Here's Ho, lobs it into Singh, jump hook, off back iron, no good, rebound to Avakumavit, and a foul inside over the back will be called on McAllister, I believe.
And good things happen when they get the ball into Singh. Draws the defense, even though he misses the shot, gives Avakumavit a chance to grab that offensive rebound and give Cupertino another chance here.
Foul was on McAllister, and that's the fourth team foul on Mountain View. Here's Wissig. Wissig over to Ho. Ho outside to Wissig. Under 6 minutes to play now. 24 on the shot clock. Shen crossing over around the screen. Steps back. Lobs it over to Wissig. Good feed inside to Singh. Turnaround jumper. It's way short again. Good defense that time by Kapani and rebounded by Russert. The coach holds up the play from the sideline for the Spartans, almost like they do in football. Here's Russert. Hands off to McAllister. Kapani swings over to Wilson. Wilson pump fakes into the paint, tried to feed Kapani and gets fouled on the drive. This will be the 14th foul on Cupertino and the second on Nick Wissig.
That time Wilson missed Skylar Russert, who was open underneath for a split second, but still a nice job by Wilson, driving to the basket, forcing the defense's hand again, and drawing the foul.
Inbound goes to Wilson, who pump fakes and then wants to reset. Under 5.5 to play. Kapani over to Wilson. Wilson stops. Now over to Urel. Urel hands off to McAllister. McAllister pounding the dribble. Over to Russert. Back to McAllister, who pump fakes. McAllister bouncing it to Kapani. Kapani back to McAllister, 14 to shoot. McAllister all the way, lays it up and in. What a drive and slash by McAllister. They're up 32-25.
I've been impressed. Both these teams able to use their offhands very nicely. McAllister, that nice Euro two-step into the paint, finishes with the left hand.
Oh, over to Wissig, baseline jumper, rounded out, no good. Rebound tracked down by Kapani, and then he's fouled. Fouled by Kyle Avakumavit.
Let's see McAllister driving to the hoop again. And you can see there for Shen. He's only 5'8", not much he can do underneath, but try and draw the charge from McAllister, just able to sidestep him. For Cupertino offensively, looks like they're getting a little frustrated taking the first available shot. They need to continue to move the ball, get some better looks open for their best players.
What a pass by Wilson into Capani, who missed the layup. Good hustle by Russert, though. Now Wilson a three. That's way wide right. Rebound loose underneath, and it goes to Ho. Wow. They had an easy layup that was spun out by Capani, and then Wilson bricks a three. Around the screen, Ho a three. Short. Rebounded Wilson. Probably not the shot Elgood wanted.
Yeah, no reason to panic. Still 4 minutes to go in this game. They can continue to run their offense, but it seems like they're just trying to pull up, hit long jumpers to get back into this game in one possession.
I mean, it's only a three-possession game. They're definitely going to have more than three possessions the rest of this game. If they continue to get stopped, they're right in this one. Here's Wilson. Over to Yorel, who pump fakes. Steps back, 10 to shoot now. McAllister around the screen for three. Got it! A swish for John McAllister. Lead up to 10. It's now double figures.
Big shot from the 5'11" senior there. McAllister and Wilson, kind of the leaders of this team, both senior guards, really making the plays here down the stretch for Mountain View to extend their lead.
Now here's Ho around the screen. Ho all the way, lays it up and in with the left hand. Lead down to 8, 35, 27, 3:20 and counting to go.
Good job by Ho there. Didn't settle for the outside jumper. Had a chance, but had a little hesitation move. Continued to drive to the hoop and finished with the left hand.
McAllister into the front court. Bumped out top by Ho. McAllister around the screen. Now over to Capani. Here's Yorel. Back to Capani around the screen. He'll try the three. That's off glass and a brick. Rebound deflected out, though, and secured by Yorel. Tosses it over. Wilson a three. Too strong. Rebounded by Wissig.
And it looked like a little bit of a mistake possibly from Wilson there. You're up 8, 2:45 to go. Maybe run a little shot clock there, especially since Wilson had missed his last couple jumper attempts.
There's a lob to Singh, who pushes off. Offensive foul called on Ajay Paul Singh.
Let's take a look at the drive and finish from Robert Ho. Good job getting to the rim there, but now Cupertino down 8, 2:37 to go. You wonder if they're going to start to press, try and force some turnovers at some point, because Mountain View can run a lot of clock off if they don't try and get the ball back, perhaps within the 35 seconds.
Franklin Cow and Hari Danish Cody have checked in for the first time. Here's McAllister, who nails another three.
I guess no need to run any time off if you're just going to nail a three like that from McAllister. Mountain View looks like they might pull away here.
They're up 11, 2:15 and counting left. And remember, the Pioneers just with one timeout remaining. Cow, cross court to Shen. Shen looking. Shen lobs it inside to Singh. Double comes. Good pass inside to Avakumavic. And the turnaround is good. Good move by Avakumavic. Down to 9. Under 2 minutes to play.
Nice job by Singh. Felt the double team. Found the open man underneath. And Avakumavic. Sweet touch around the rim. He's been impressive using both his hands from about 5 feet and in.
Here's Capani over to Wilson. Floater from 10. Short. Rebound underneath. Foul on Mountain View. And the Spartans don't need to rush, though. They shot with plenty of time on the shot clock, and that's exactly what their head coach is telling them. He's like, Carl Wilson, you have plenty of time. There was over 20 seconds left on the shot clock. No need to take a forced jumper. That was the 15 foul on Mountain View. They still have one to give.
And no need to foul. That stops the clock, lets Cupertino regroup, and gives them the possibility of getting back in this game.
Shen, high post to Singh. Looking. Back to Shen. Shen, back to Singh, who tried to feed Avakumavic, and he's fouled by Skylar Russert. The third on Russert. 16 foul in the half. So now both teams shooting free throws the rest of the game. Under a minute and a half left.
It looks like that's actually Kevin Yang who's into the game. So Cupertino playing a couple of their bench players here in the closing minutes, maybe trying to get a little spark for an improbable comeback.
And now we have a foul prior to the inbound on Nicky Capani, his second. And a terrible foul because now Singh goes to the line shooting a 1-on-1 and the chance to get free points with the clock stopped.
And no time's going off the clock. That's exactly the worst thing you can do if you're Mountain View.
For sure, that was good by Ajay Paul Singh, making it 38-30. Again, this to make it a 7-point game. It'd still be a 3-possession contest, but they'd creep a little closer, and they do. Singh now 4 for 4 at the line. Neither team shot very many free throws at all. Here's Wilson bouncing it to Capani, gets full guard pressure. Dangerous pass, almost stolen by Singh.
I think Singh may have taken his eyes off the ball just for a second there, because if he was able to intercept that one, he would have had a clear lane to get to the hoop, make this a 5-point game.
And now a reach and foul on Cow against McAllister. So McAllister will be at the line shooting a one-on-one. So that's the 7th team foul on Mountain View, or on Cupertino rather. Mountain View also with 17 fouls.
And if you're Cupertino, probably not the guy you want to send to the line. McAllister, a very good shooter, made a couple free throws earlier in this game.
Yeah, he's 2 for 2 at the line. And the first free throw rims in. He'll get the bonus. That was almost a little too short.
Not even the broadcaster's jinx could get him to miss that free throw.
Second free throw here, and it's up and good. McAllister makes both. Timeout called by Mountain View. He wants a full timeout with 1:18 left. It's 40-31 Spartans now, and we'll be back after these messages.
KMVT15 is your community media center. We are here to provide hands-on training, equipment, and resources to you to express your voice over many distribution platforms. So when you think of KMVT15, remember we have a full production facility, production truck, and an award-winning staff here to support your needs.
1:18 left, fourth quarter. It's Mountain View 40 and Cupertino 31. Pioneers will have the ball after the timeout. Mountain View with 3 timeouts left, Cupertino with just the 1, and 17 fouls apiece. Both teams shooting free throws on every foul from here on out. But it's going to be important. Cupertino, we know, can make threes, and they're just 3 threes away from tying this game. Important to score quick, whatever, however, and then set up their press and hope for a steal or 2.
And if you're Mountain View, and I'm sure Coach Forthoffer is going over this in the huddle, you cannot foul and send Cupertino to the line to make points with the clock stopped. Only 1:18 to go. The running clock in high school after the inbounds plays makes this a little bit more of a disadvantage. There's no advancing the ball after a timeout like in the NBA. Yeah. So 1:18, not quite as much as perhaps some of the higher levels of basketball it would be.
Here's Yang. Yang trying to go quickly around the screen. Guarded by McAllister on the switch. Yang holds over to Avakumovitz. Back to Yang. Pump fakes. Yang all the way, leans in, and a foul's going to be called, so Yang will be at the line shooting 2. And right what Forthoffer was saying is no fouls. What did they do? They foul.
I know, and it might have been all ball, but that slapping motion downward, the ref is going to get you for that every time. Let Yang make a tough shot there. I mean, he was driving to the hoop. He was going to have to make about a 15-footer as he misses the first free throw.
Yang upset with himself missing firing on the first one. We get another with 1:06 left. This one, very important, not only to make it an 8-point game, but so they can set up their press. No, he missed it. Rebound loose underneath. Singh fighting for it and gets it. A rebound off a missed free throw. Here's Cow. Cow can light it up from 3. Cow, his pass deflected, gets it back. Cow needs to hurry. Over to Avakumovitz. Avakumovitz nearly traveled. Over to Cow. Cow around the screen, steps back, cross court to Danish Cody. To Singh. Singh spins, floats one up, off glass, no. Rebound inside Singh. Singh goes up again, fouled. And he wasn't able to get it to go, but he'll get 2 free throws.
Really good defense, actually, by Mountain View up to that point with the foul. Not a lot that Cupertino can do. I'm a little surprised so many of their bench players are in the game, but Singh able to take over for this inexperienced group.
I don't know why Mountain View continues to foul so much. They're up by 9, and we have 41.6 seconds left. So we have 5 fouls now on Skylar Russert, so he's been disqualified as Kevin Ives returns. Russert played very well here tonight, though. And he's hoping that it was in a winning cause. Singh's free throw rims in. He'll get another. I believe he was scheduled to get 2 anyway because he was shooting on the last play. One more free throw, this to make it a 7-point game with 41.6 seconds left. It's good. So now to inbound is Capani. Capani looks. Gets it into Wilson. Double team. Over to Capani. Capani's pass is kicked. So they'll reset the shot clock to 35.
And I have to say, Capani was very close to that baseline there. His heel might have been out of bounds as he took the pass from Wilson.
So here's Uralda inbound to Wilson. Wilson wants to accelerate, and then he gets fouled in the backcourt. So Carl Wilson will be at the line shooting a 1-and-1. It's a better option to foul than McAllister if you're Cupertino. And this game is brought to you with help from our presenting sponsor, the Palo Alto Medical Foundation, a Sutter Health affiliate. Choose their PAMF doctor today. There's Wilson for a 1-on-1. Very important first free throw. And he missed it, but Urel the offensive board. What a killer rebound for the Pioneers. Now McAllister, and they have to foul. They're swinging the ball. Here's Ives. Ives gets fouled by Singh, and that missed free throw rebound was killer for the Pioneers.
Yeah, you can't have that happen. You got to anticipate Wilson's going to miss that free throw, but Cupertino unable to corral it, and that might be the final blow to their hopes of winning this game.
Ives shooting a 1-on-1 as well. So that's the 9th team foul on Cupertino, and he misses the front end. So Singh the rebound over to Cal. Cal jogs into the front court. He'll take a deep three, short. The throw rim, Danish Cody, the offensive rebound. About to get Dava Kumovic, had it poked away out of bounds. And it'll still be Cupertino basketball with 13.9 left in a 3-possession game. Danish Cody will inbound. Lobs it out over to Yang. Yang around the screen. They really have to hurry. Here's Singh. They're not going quickly enough. Danish Cody open three. Short. Rebound inside Urel. Urel out to Wilson. Ball game over. Mountain View advances and will play Los Altos tomorrow in the 5th place game. So what a game. Mountain View really showed their strength in the second half. They were down 21-18 at the break. Second half, totally different score, outscoring the Pioneers 22-12, and outscoring them by 10 in the second half, and Mountain View really turned things around at half.
Yeah, low-scoring game, to be honest. A little sloppy coming down the stretch there. I'm sure Jim Forthoffer is going to have a lot to talk about to his team, fouling down the stretch, even in a victory. But still, for Mountain View, able to get their first win of the year, I'm sure that's going to be something for the players to celebrate. And then taking on a pretty good Los Altos team should be a good 5th-place game tomorrow.
So that's a wrap for us. Once again, the final score, 40-33. Producer and director for today's game was Bobby Chastain. On cameras, Tim Erskine, Alex Lowe, and Bill Snow. And a special thanks to Cupertino High School and for this entire crew for making this broadcast possible. Now for REK, I am Andrew Fury saying so long from Cupertino High School. Once again, the final, the Spartans 40 and the Pioneers 33.